Now, look, he's obviously playing around and all of that other stuff, and I get it. Because we all know, we're not blind. We know what's been in the news. Shannon Sharpe has been in the news. Marcus Morris Sr. has been in the news. Now Gilbert Arenas has been in the news. I get all of that. You know, I wished them fellas nothing but the best. As far as I'm concerned, I wish every single one of them was on First Take now with no issues whatsoever. Because I got love for all of them brothers. But I'm going to address what Gilbert said, because here's what alarmed me. I've gotten to know Gil a little bit. I respect the hell out of him. First of all, I think he's a brilliant basketball mind. Let's get that out the way first. I think Gil's Arena is a hell of a podcast, hell of a basketball show. Let's get that out the way. He's very excitable, very knowledgeable, and we know that about him. And in light of what he's being accused of, however, I'm still going to say to Gil, bro, I need you not to play around.
M Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. And, well, we have more Stephen A. Smith to talk about. Because if you didn't know, when Gilbert Arenas got out of jail, he said the reason he was in jail was because it was a Stephen A. Smith curse. He was like, anybody that goes up the First Take in ESPN, I think Stephen A. Smith is going to play the clip. I don't know why I regurgitate these things. I think he's going to play the clip in this, but just to regurgitate it some more. He said, anybody that gets around Stephen A. Smith, the hammer comes down on him. Shannon Sharpe, sued by the Snow Bunnies. Gilbert Arenas, indicted on some federal charges. Max Kellerman can't find a fucking job. It's the Stephen A. Smith curse. It gotta be. It gotta be. But Stephen A. Smith, whether Gilbert Arenas was trolling or not, Stephen A. Smith decided to respond to it. And he kind of goes off on him. Let's listen.
Of all people up, he brings up me, yours truly, Stephen A. Smith. Listen to what the brother had to say.
Hey, Stephen A., man, we got to talk, brother. Because it ain't a damn coincidence that everybody you know going to church. Hey, Stephen, huh? Everybody, man. Everybody, like, damn. Y'all see that? Everybody. What? No, I ain't saying, no. I ain't saying, nobody snitch. I'm just saying, hey, man, you know how to pick them. Hey, Stephen, you know how to pick them, man. I'm going to just be honest. It's like the Madden curse, just the other way around.
Now, look, he's obviously playing around and all of that other stuff, and I get it. Because we all know, we're not blind. We know what's been in the news. Shannon Sharpe has been in the news. Marcus Morris Sr. has been in the news. Now Gilbert Arenas has been in the news. I get all of that. You know, I wished them fellas nothing but the best. As far as I'm concerned, I wish every single one of them was on First Take now with no issues whatsoever. Because I got love for all of them brothers. But I'm going to address what Gilbert said, because here's what alarmed me. I've gotten to know Gil a little bit. I respect the hell out of him. First of all, I think he's a brilliant basketball mind. Let's get that out the way first. I think Gil's Arena is a hell of a podcast, hell of a basketball show. Let's get that out the way. He's very excitable, very knowledgeable, and we know that about him. And in light of what he's being accused of, however, I'm still going to say to Gil, bro, I need you not to play around. Because, my brother, I don't want to see you in jail at all. It's not a good look. It's nothing to laugh about. It's nothing to joke around about and think it's funny when the feds come raiding your home. I don't want to see that. I don't want to hear about anything like that. I can assure you, anybody that wants to do business with you, and I'm one of those people, ESPN, Underdog, a whole bunch of sponsors and advertisers, we don't want to see that. Anybody that knows anything about you and your knowledge of the game and your ability to articulate and deliver your positions, my brother, you are a special talent. We don't want to see that. And the reason why I felt compelled to come on the airwaves and address you directly is because I want to remind you of what really, really got you in trouble in the NBA to begin with. Remember that years ago? With Javaris Critterton, remember all of that? with the guns in the locker room. Remember all of that? Remember all of that happened? And you remember what really got you in trouble thereafter, because as bad of a look as that was, and as much as former Commissioner David Stern and others were ready to bring the heavy hand down upon you, what really exacerbated the situation is that you had a game a night or two later against the Philadelphia 76ers. I would know because I was there. And you were joking around, feigning as if you were shooting guns when the introductions or the warm-ups were taking place. I don't remember exactly what it was. And David Stern went ballistic. It was like, somebody like you has no place in this league, because it's not a joking matter to other people. And the reality is that, my brother, it shouldn't be a joking matter to you. 5 years on each count. I know we saw Diddy get off on a major charges in terms of sex trafficking and racketeering, but it's still possible he can do some time. That's why he's in the news, and with President Donald Trump talking about pardoning him, according to sources. Because it seems to be that that's what's going to be required in order for him to evade spending significantly more time in jail, like 5 to 10. On each of the charges that have been levied in your direction, each comes with 5 years in prison, if convicted. It's not a laughing matter. It's not a laughing matter. And especially since the Southern District of New York essentially blew the case against P. Diddy in terms of overcharging, per se, being a bit zealot and aggressive with it, and ended up turning off a jury, which got Diddy off on the major charges. Who's to say that the feds are going to make that mistake again? If anything, all of them are on high alert, making sure that their I's are dotted and T's are crossed, and they're locked in on making sure they get your ass, because they don't want to repeat of what happened to the P. Diddy case happening to them. This is not a game. It's not a game. It's not a game when the feds come knocking at your door and put you in cuffs and take you away. Yeah, you out. And I hope you stay out. And I hope all of this is false. And I hope that you're able to continue with Gil's Arena and then some, because, my brother, you got a bright future. And me personally, I think you're a good brother. I'm not here to denigrate or disrespect you. I'm here to tell you, because I care. Stop messing around. Stop with the jokes. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you being seen on camera laughing and giggling and smiling like federal charges ain't a big deal. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And spending a day in jail, to me, is serious. We all want to preach about freedom and being mavericks and being innovative, or rather not innovative, but really minding our own future and directing our own path. We all want to talk about this. But the reality is that it's fool's gold. You looking for me to get into other people and their personal business? No, I'm not doing that. You looking for me to have a smile on my face like some no good bastards who have podcasts laughing at people's trials and tribulations, wanting them to fail because nothing in your life is winning? I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be that kind of person. To any of the names I mentioned or anybody in the future, I don't enjoy seeing people fall. I want us all to eat. I want us all to live well. I want us all to be successful. I'm not that dude. But I'm telling you, it's incredibly important that you understand this is not a game. I assure you, Adam Silver, the commissioner, doesn't look at it as a game. I assure you, executives at linear networks who are looking at your talent, highly attracted to what they were seeing you put out, they don't think this is a game. And yes, it is unfair that in this day and age in our society that prided itself from a constitutional perspective about being innocent until proven guilty, in a court of public opinion, unfortunately, it's reverse. You are guilty until proven innocent. That's what you are in a court of public opinion. It ain't right. It sucks. But it's reality. And because that's a reality, treat it with the seriousness that it deserves.
And while I do agree with my Libra Unc here, Gilbert Arenas, I was kind of surprised he did a stream after that. Like, I get you want to get on the game and play some Madden as your QB or not Madden, NCAA football 26. I get you want to, play the game, get on stream, hop on stream with your fans, chat it up with your chat. But you just bonded out of jail, and you're looking at a federal indictment. And when you go read the indictment, while Gilbert Arenas is acting like he really didn't do anything, the feds are making it look like he was heavily involved. He wanted this, he wanted that, while money was just being exchanged, and while he was just trying to set the party and vibe, it seems like he knew about, the house always winning, him wanting to get some winnings and send it to one of his baby mamas, or it was something going on. Like, he was heavily involved, at least from the feds' point of view, heavily involved enough. Now, while he probably didn't know who he was dealing with, he probably just thought these were all money guys, and we just all had a lot of money and bread, and we just all wanted to come together to play some poker, and we was just spending a lot of money and doing that together, not realizing the ties that some of these niggas had and where these niggas was coming from. Then, yeah, he probably just got caught up in that, and it's like, look, I was just trying to have a good time. I was just trying to make sure whatever money I got went towards this person. I had nothing to do with laundering anything, or I didn't know anything about that. And if he's willing to point fingers. If he's ready to snitch, he'll snitch. Look, he said he's going to show 6ix9ine. He was like, you thought you told 6ix9ine? Once Gilbert Arenas gets on that stand, boy, what? Everybody's going under. Everybody's going under. Either way. So I think he'll be fine outside of that, Stephen A. Smith. But I get Stephen A. Smith saying this is a very serious issue. You shouldn't be telling jokes like that, even at my expense. You should be, thinking about what you have to deal with and what you got coming. And yeah, I get that, but he should be all right. He'll be all right. Anyways, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. As always, I am Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. Peace.